Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Today we are looking at probably a college player that I've paid the most attention to in this current college season, and that is a player by the name of Lonzo Ball on UCLA. He is a 6'6", athletically gifted, sharp-shooting point guard, and this guy is absolutely insane. He torched my Michigan Wolverines and torched so many other teams, and really just looks like the optimal type of player to really be a superstar in the NBA in the future. So I decided to have some fun with this, guys. First off, I put him on the Dallas Mavericks. I looked up a mock draft, and that's the team that I'm going to. And I decided to have a little bit more fun with it by putting Jahlil Okafor on the team also, who was actually part of a trade rumor to go to the Dallas Mavericks. So we're currently in the next NBA season, the 2017-2018 season. I still have Dirk Nowitzki back. I know he might retire, but he's on a 2-year contract, so let's assume he comes back. Have Harrison Barnes ranked a little bit higher, rating-wise is like an 82 overall, which I think is fair enough. And then we saw Wesley Matthews on the team here too, as well the 85 overall Lonzo Ball, who I do think will be Rookie of the Year. Now, a player comparison that I've heard a lot of is Stephen Curry. Before I start talking about this, guys, 85 overall I think was justifiable because normally a player, first round, second round draft pick goes into the league and they're usually like lower 80s on 2K. But as soon as they start playing really well, they usually go in that mid, 80, maybe even sometimes upper 80 range, such as a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, just to name one. So let's go ahead, guys, and simulate this season, talk a little bit Lonzo Ball, and I just want to justify why I think he's going to be a really great player in the NBA. So let's go ahead and simulate through date. And this team probably is not going to do fantastic out here because clearly going to be in rebuilding mode, especially once Dirk Nowitzki retires and whatnot. I guess technically they're in rebuild mode right now. But yeah, my comparison to him is a bit more of an athletic version of Stephen Curry. I don't think he's going to be as great of a shooter. He's still going to be a really good shooter. He's got the range. But from an athletic standpoint, I think he'll probably get more rebounds and probably attack the basket in a more, dare I say, Russell Westbrook-esque way. Now the reason I say that, guys, is because Stephen Curry, his game is based a lot off of like finesse and kind of finessing the opponent and using the skills and whatnot. Where Russell Westbrook and how Lonzo Ball would play was more like attack the basket with like ferocity and whatnot. The jump shot, though, my God, this dude torched my Michigan Wolverines. I saw the jump shot. Seemed like every single shot he was taking, pulling up 5-10 feet behind the college three-point line, which is a little bit farther back in NBA, but not too much farther back. And his jump shot, the big comparison I'm seeing here is, Stephen Curry, his jump shot, if you look at a shot-by-shot analysis of how he shoots the ball and his form and everything, it's not your classic form. I mean, he does some things a little different than a traditional shooter, but it works for him. Lonzo Ball, the same thing could be said about him. He's a right-handed shooter, guys, but he brings the ball from like the left side. It looks really weird, but he's got great rotation on the ball, and it really looks, in my opinion, really good. I mean, the ball goes in, so I guess that's all that matters. And myself, as a lot of you guys know, I got an ugly jump shot myself, so I kind of respect that. But yeah, really excited to see what this dude does in the NBA. Being 6'6", the athleticism is going to be there. Some point guards that I think of that around that height that don't really do all that well. I don't want to say they don't do all that well, but don't really excel as like superstars for their height. Is you got Michael Carter-Williams from Syracuse, I believe. He's a good defensive guy. At least he was in college. I think they ran that 3-2 zone a lot, but he didn't really pan out in the NBA all that much. I mean, he's still really young and playing, but he doesn't have the jump shot that Lonzo Ball does. Or you got your Sean Livingston, who's like, 6'7", 6'8", who just does a great... Oh, shoot, my bad. My bad, guys. Who does a great job as the backup point guard for the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry. But, he's just a backup guy. And not to mention, he did have a horrible knee injury that kind of really hindered his career quite a bit. But, man, Lonzo Ball, like this dude, just seeing him shoot out there and just the hype he brings. And it sounds like he's been a pretty hype player since he played in high school and whatnot. So, I don't know, man. It remains to be seen. Now, we're looking at the record right here. It looks like we are going to be a playoff team, an 8th seed. And I think, a team with a better Harrison Barnes and a Jahlil Okafor and a Lonzo Ball that might play like Rookie of the Year, I think could definitely make the playoffs in the Western Conference, especially if Dirk Nowitzki stays healthy and, Wesley Matthews also, who back on the Portland Trailblazers was a great player. So let's simulate this last game against the Utah Jazz, simulate through date, and take an L right there. So we do make the playoffs, which is very exciting. And let's check this out here. James Harden, MVP at 35 points a game, absolutely killer out there. There's our boy Lonzo Ball. We got him at 21 points, 6.6 rebounds, 9 assists. That totally seems realistic for a player who I think will be Rookie of the Year next year going into the NBA. Shot 93% from free throw line. That might be a little bit too high. And 45% from three. Stephen Curry in his rookie season averaged about 17, 18 points. Had a good sophomore season. Rookie season, or his junior season in the NBA, third season, is when he started getting more injuries and stuff. He was only played a few games in that one before calling it quits. So I do see the comparisons there definitely with the jump shot and whatnot. Let's check out the rest of the team stats, just out of curiosity. Player stats. We got Harrison Barnes, second leading scorer. I think that's a nice, bro, that's a nice little trio right there. Not going to lie, guys. Like, that's a building block right there. Assuming this team doesn't make playoffs, they would probably get another draft pick, too. Although, I think they have to give a lottery pick to get Jahlil Okafor somewhere down the line, so maybe not quite right away. But the team looks pretty good to me. Maybe get a bit of a better shooting guard out there. Maybe get a defensive-oriented power forward. And this team is in a pretty good post-Dirk Nowitzki state. So let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs. Probably get knocked out first round. Got the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, we ain't going to beat them. Simulate current round. And, got one game on them. 2 games. Oh my god, bro. We blew a 3-1 lead against the Golden State Warriors. The fact we were up 3-1, though, is still pretty cool. But, my god, like, 2K is so notorious for making teams blow 3-1s. Yo, look at that closeout game for KD and Stephen Curry, though. Harrison Barnes, 18-11. Jahlil, 17-7. Lonzo Ball, kind of a choke fest in the playoffs here, 2 for 13. Might as well check out the rest of the playoff stats here, see how we did all the way over, all around. Yeah, playoff, he still got 17.4 points per game. Harrison Barnes stepped it up a bit. Good rebound and good assist out there. Really, guys, I know the man Mike Korzemba made a video called Stephen Curry with a 40-inch vertical, and my man Mike Korzemba definitely onto something with that, guys. This dude's going to be a very good player, assuming he can transition to the NBA game and the speed of it and make sure his jump shot gets, knock it down and everything. I don't know, man. Whoever ends up getting this player, have to be the Dallas Mavericks, Philadelphia 76ers, Brooklyn Nets. I think they're definitely getting a future superstar. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below, and peace out, my friends.